Anyway, Melvin versus Marmu.
We got a boar
I'm
without
pretty sure.
pensions.
Didn't Marmu like help set up this whole fucking league? Like, wasn't he involved in this? If so, it'd be nice for him to win.
Can't remember. Honestly.
Anyway, I've not watched much of the intermediate, gotta admit, but when I've seen Melvin, he's been playing pretty well. Marmu,
Yeah.
I know more from playing him online.
I mean, we are not at the beginners, so
Yeah.
it's good.
Oh yeah. Marmu is one of the organisers for intermediate. So, if he wins, there'll be plenty of claims of corruption.
Sure. Without even promising ice cream. What we've got?
Okay, so
Scribble, Pigeon, Falcon, Jam, Snake, Wolf against Scribble, Lizard, Falcon, Jam, or Mine.
yeah, thanks for doing that. I'd completely forgotten. So Melvin, the triple tier 2 with Wolf, pretty strong. We've seen already in the Mishi Haru game that Wolf Falcon can get a lot of work done. Tossing the snakes because they're just generally good units. They'll do particularly well against Marmu's boar.
Yeah, I was hoping he would going for snakes.
Yeah.
As I saw the boar, or even falcons. Falcons are also good. So I don't think the boar is gonna achieve much here.
Yeah, I expect the wolf to be a. Melvinfro's loadout seems a lot better than Marmu's, almost entirely because of the wolf.
Also,
the boar isn't going to do much against Melvin's deck because Melvin's mainly running tier 2 rather than tier 1. So
also,
cool.
the map is on Melvin's favorite, I would say. He got 2 mills protected by water and 1 mill close to his.
This mill's really close to his main, and then these 2 mills, they look far away, but they're not. Like, it's really hard for Marmu to attack because he's got to go over all this water through a narrow choke point up a hill.
Well, it's.
I mean, Marmu's still got 2 mills to work with, so it's not awful.
2 angels Marmu can attack.
I'm expecting Marmu to probably come round on the left through the dry ground. That probably seems like the best way to attack.
Yeah. The short distance he can make. Oh, double mill. Interesting.
Okay, so double count for both players. Marmu getting a bit ahead in eco. Oh, Melvin taking 2 mills.
I wonder if Marmu is gonna fulfill this by thinking Melvin got his only mill on the down.
He will. He hasn't scouted this mill, the other mill that Melvin's taken, and there's not really a lot of reason for him to go up there. So, I mean,
especially
yeah.
if when he sees the chameleons, he always got to worry about his space.
And Melvin's disguising it especially well by putting 2 farms down here. So he's being greedy, but he doesn't look like he's being greedy.
That's the point. I love this playstyle.
Yeah.
If he don't make any mistakes, he can get this very easily.
So Marmu's probably going to be worried that he's just missing, that either Melvin's got a bunch of mines, or that Melvin's got a bunch of warrens that he just hasn't found. Going for the tier 3 is pretty ballsy, since he's already being greedy, but Marmu's doing the same thing, so it works out.
He did see it. So, I expect him Falcons or Snakes now.
Okay. So, the predictions we've got Daniel saying 5-2 for Melvin, and Gent saying 5-3 for Melvin. Just, sorry to interrupt.
It's alright. Well, I can't guess here anything. I don't know this player is too good enough.
Yeah, I don't know them well enough. I'd say Melvin is probably... Well, Melvin is clearly the favourite. I'd say probably from just watching him play, I'd probably give him the edge as well.
Marmu still hasn't scouted this mill in the south.
Yeah. I wonder if he's going to start getting suspicious. I mean, they're actually even on economy. They're both on 12 farms, so...
So Marmu should feel confident.
Yeah, so Melvin's not getting too much out of this. He kind of needs to be greedier. Okay.
Well, you actually don't need to. I mean, they are both on same farm numbers.
Yeah.
So it's alright.
Yeah, it would have been interesting to see Melvin come over with his pigeons to attack this boar warren.
With his
the pigeons to give him high ground. Then he can just...
Okay.
Yeah, the pigeons give him high ground vision, and then he can...
This makes a lot of more sense.
And then he can just hit up there. At the moment, both players are just waiting. Both scouts are tier 3, and now Melvin's starting to go really hard on the greed with another 4 farms.
Just 3 farms ahead.
But, I mean, the onus is on Marmu to get something done here. Melvinfro's got an extra mill to work with.
This could be struggling for Melvin. I mean, Marmu got 10 falcons up in the sky in a short time, and the falcons will do huge damage. I mean,
Yeah.
the squirrels will be melted by the fire of the boar.
Yeah, I mean, 10 falcons is a lot. Melvinfro, he's probably not going to... He's trying to get more falcons up, but Marmu's coming in now. He's not going to have time. He's on 4, which isn't nothing. But let's see. I can't see how the focus fire is going because everything's on fire. But it looks like Marmu's taking this. Like, his boar hasn't even been poisoned. Melvin was focusing on the falcons.
Yeah, the whole time. And now he's pretty much dead.
Yeah.
Would you surrender right now?
Yeah, that worked out a lot better than I thought it would for Marmu. Melvin just falling way behind on army.
That's right, to check the army value. He still got the same count of people, but it's count nothing.
Okay, he's trying to... I mean, I respect the effort, but I don't think this is going to work. Marmu finally scouts this base.
No! One Dimitri on the top, fighting against the pig.
Well, he's dead. That's not really a Dimitri. That's... You can't besmirch the name of Dimitri of, you know, fighting 3-on-1 against a pig. You know, Dimitri's are better than that.
Alright, I'm sorry for that.
Well, don't apologise to me, apologise to Dimitri.
I do if I see him. Ooh, how's Melon going for the boar and Marmu going for the wolf?
Give me a chance, fish guy. It's been they haven't even started the second game yet. Okay, squirrel, toad, pigeon, falcon, cam, boar against squirrel, lizard, falcon, cam, wolf, mine. What? Did they just swap loadouts? Melvinfro loses to the boar, and so goes boar. That makes some sense. Some. Marmu beats the wolf with a boar and decides to go to wolf? What a strange decision.
Maybe he realized his 10 falcons and one was like, he could to much more DPS than enough. Maybe the first greed on his side on this match.
Okay, so
8 farm openings.
yeah, normal openings. Map-wise, I'd say fairly even. Marmu's got an easy 2 bases. Melvin's got an easy 2 bases. He'll probably have a bit of an easier time going for a third, but not too easy. After all, this one on the low ground is right next to Marmu's high ground, so it's going to be quite exposed.
Protected by 2 cabins.
Yeah, actually, it's probably going to... It might actually be in favour of Marmu, because these cabins are going to make it hard for Melvin to... Melvin can only get to these 2 mills down at the bottom through this pathway, going through these 2 cabins.
As well as Marmu got a hard time to go to the mill on the west.
Yeah, but... What?
He also
Oh, no,
needs to
wait.
go...
Melvin actually has a 1 tile where he can get up through on this
Yes.
on this mill. So, he can get up there. But still, Marmu should be able to take this bottom corner mill fairly easily. These mills are weird. They're just sort of splitting these 2 mills up, acting as mediators. You know, like at the very least, someone's going to get an early warning sign if their mill is being attacked.
Yeah, I'm wondering where Melvinfro is again going for 2 farms.
Ooh, and we got a quick ball coming out from Melvin. Pretty well hidden, but not too much.
See if Marmu gets information. He does
not scout it. And again, the double mill from Melvin. This is like a strategy.
I mean, it works. So Marmu got way, and he got to spend way more time to scout.
I suppose, but
it wasn't worth it.
yeah, okay. Marmu does find that boar warren.
He counters with more T1, hopefully to get the board before it's out. And he goes in.
He's coming in now. He's got the army advantage, but the boar is building. Melvin kind of just wants to hold on. If he hides in his warrens, he can take these chameleons and these squirrels.
It's where 3...
Marmu needs to keep pushing. He's got enough he needs to keep pushing. I think now Melvin just wins. Marmu isn't going to have enough time to really build up a decent counter force. I mean, 21 squirrels might be able to overwhelm a boar. Maybe. But...
Add-ons, chameleon.
Yeah.
I don't know about them. I mean, the boar, if the fire is out, the chameleons will take damage, no matter if they're cloaked or not.
I think now that Melvin's got these pigeons to heal the boar up, the squirrels aren't going to be able to take it. And Marmu's only got 2 chameleons, which I don't think is enough. Maybe if he was at 4 chameleons, then he'd have a chance, but not with just 2. He's coming in all as a lump, because it's exactly how the boar wants to fight.
Yeah. Melvinfro is smelling blood.
Oh, but this boar is going down. Melvin uses the boar bomb, but Marmu is able to just squirrel his way through the boar. Those pigeons.
This turns the table to the other side.
Okay. Melvinfro not selling the boar warren. Is that just a mistake, or does he intend to get another one up? He's able to hold. He could. If he sells the squirrels, sorry, not the squirrels, the pigeons, which, I mean, aren't doing all that much right now, he could definitely get another boar up. Marmu's retreating, even just as his chameleons get to the front. Alright, what's Melvin going to do? Oh, now he's going back and sell the boar. Why didn't you do that in the first place? I honestly, I think it would have been better to sell the pigeons. But man, he's going really hard on economy here. Really hard on economy. I mean, if this pays off, then great, but...
It can't.
I mean, it looks like it's going to. Marmu's decided to retreat.
Marmu got the army. He had the army advantage until he saw the squirrels. Head.
I don't think Marmu is playing this... I mean, he held well, but I think he's had a couple of advantages which he hasn't pressed as much as he could have.
Ooh, now he's going for a wolf.
Yeah. I mean, he is catching up on our economy. Melvin is going to be slightly ahead. But if the wolf does come out, that should allow Marmu the chance to catch up.
So at least the mines.
Deficit. Melvin doesn't know about the wolf.
But will he get the math? I mean, Marmu suddenly going for defensive, so there could maybe be something. A non-spotted tier 3 until it's out is a tier 3. Or it's produced.
Okay, wolf is just now building, just as Melvin comes in to scout it.
But he doesn't know how long it's staying there.
He's coming. Melvin's coming in, and there are a lot of mines here. Melvin could be in trouble.
Wow.
He's committing to this. He's going to get mined. He's going to fall for the old trap of thinking he can't possibly have more mines down, because he does. But Marmu isn't taking advantage of the mine hits, so those mines are kind of just buying time.
Yes, and it's very important for him.
Yeah, that time might be enough, but Marmu probably could have won if he'd attacked while Melvin's squirrels were all at half HP. He wouldn't have even needed the wolf. Oh wow, Marmu was getting the buff on the cannons, but I guess just having 2 extra chameleons worked out even better. But the wolf is still up, so as this fight continues...
He's doubling DPS, but no HP.
Marmu should be able to take this.
Oh, don't retreat!
You don't retreat against a wolf. It never works, you're just giving away units for free.
He should sell the pigeons right now. I mean,
yeah. The pigeons aren't contributing anything to this fight. They die so quickly. Most of Melvin's units die so quickly that the pigeons don't even have time to heal anything. But instead he sells the chameleons, which is, I think, a huge mistake. Marmu is going for mass squirrel, and I mean, Melvin was literally carried in that last fight by having 2 chameleons more than Marmu. That helped him a huge amount. If Marmu's cams hadn't been just blasted down, then I don't know if Melvin could have won that. I think it's a huge mistake by Melvin to keep the pigeons but sell the chameleons. Yeah.
If it comes to one scribble against one scribble or something, the pigeons will be huge, but not in this size of army.
Melvin is still ahead in eco.
Oh.
Is this going to work? Is Marmu going to be... I'm surprised Melvin fell for that. I mean, maybe he just wasn't paying attention. Maybe he couldn't burrow back. Maybe the cabin was shooting him.
He was there at the time. He could have solved this, but he didn't.
Okay, so that stalls Melvin a bit, but Melvin is still being very greedy with his farms. Putting down 4 farms, well, I guess he is technically ahead in army value, so now is the time, I suppose. And also, maintaining his economic lead.
More toads is good against a wolf. But
This is good by Melvin to bring the chameleons in at the back. The toads just blast those chameleons down, and Marmu leaves his wolf on the front lines.
good toad hits. But is it enough right now?
I mean, Marmu's lost his wolf, but he might have enough momentum to just push over. Now, what does he go for? Does he go for the mill, the farms, or the warrens? I think he probably have to keep going for the warrens. Probably pick off this one pig, which has just killed about half a dozen squirrels.
We need a name for a hero pig or something.
Boris.
Alright. Ah, he sold finally one pigeon.
Yeah, he did. I gotta be honest. I still think this is a mistake. Like this half measure of keeping 3 pigeons. 3 pigeons don't do anything. Right. I think either have 6 or have none.
Maybe just in small numbers, but these aren't small
Okay,
numbers.
so Marmu has sold his wolf. It was a major mismicro by Marmu to lose the wolf in the first place. And now Marmu is way behind in economy.
And he needs time to get the next pig up.
He does have this campfire, so he's on 2 farms.
Huh. Right. Those 2 against 5. Or 3.
Marmu needs to sell something. Really, he needs to sell a warren. Sell one of his tier 1 warrens. Maybe even consider selling the chameleons.
Maybe, but they are toads are.
Yeah,
Very
sell the
scary.
chameleons, put down an extra farm, and then mine up. I think would
Plus-
possibly be his best option.
Sell everything, going for mass lizards and base race.
Oh, this chameleon is gonna die. He gets 1 squirrel.
One scribble?
Yeah. I think this is it for Marmu. Melvin isn't pushing in for some reason. He's got a huge advantage. I guess he technically... I mean, I guess he wins the long game at this point, but you could just win now and not give your opponent any chance to come back. Or you could just walk into mines and dribble off an extra 6 units. You could do that. That's certainly an option. And Marmu's got the 2 chameleons, but they're at the back, not doing anything. And again, he's losing huge... Both of these players are just losing huge amounts on the retreats by not committing to fights.
Don't know what to say. Yeah. One person could win, but does not. The other person... Don't
Okay.
know.
Chameleons come in again. And come on, you could have got that warren. You didn't have to...
And this one toad.
Yeah. Marmu, the 2 chameleons flee for their lives from 1 toad. Who would win? 2 hardened gangsters or one splody boy?
If this game goes on like this, it's going to be a starvation. But it
Yeah.
does not.
Well, I mean, the longer Melvin waits, the more time Marmu has to catch up, because Melvin's farms are starting to fallow out. Okay, here we come. The toads get huge hits. I think this is finally it.
Yeah. There goes the army.
Yeah.
With its graphs, doesn't seem like it's obvious to win.
Okay. So 1-1 so far.
He's going for the boar on his own.
Okay, so far the boar's been
Oh.
Well, both players who have won when they've taken the boar is the wolf has been a bad luck charm. Although, I really think Marmu really mismicroed his wolf in that last game. It was quite a good cam trap by Melvin, but Marmu just held his wolf on the front line, didn't retreat it at all, even when it was being attacked, which made no sense. But okay, we're seeing an interesting pick here. Squirrel, toad, pigeon, falcon, cam, fox from Melvin. Fox is interesting, especially because last game came down to just loads and loads of squirrels slapping each other.
I don't know what to say about this map. It could be both ways. I mean, 2 mills are enough to end a game.
This is a fairly interesting map. Look at this pattern of mills that Melvin's got to work with.
All our
This,
neighbors.
Like, T-shape. I mean, it's still. I mean, Marmu's still got 2 mills, and this forward one for Melvin is pretty
But
exposed.
he's going for a lizard rush.
Oh, this is very risky on a pretty short map. Lizard rushes open you up to counterattacks.
And lizards aren't good for
Defending.
defense.
No, especially not in low numbers like this. So Melvin's already got the squirrels building. Marmu's got the 3 lizards. He can come in and get 1 farm. He needs to go in. Now pull out, pull out, pull out. No! Oh, that's GG.
That could be the game.
Oh, that's definitely the game.
Well, we don't know if Melvinfro wants to stay at home and be happy about his advantage.
Melvin's on 8 farms. Staying at home isn't actually a bad idea at the moment. He's got time. He's going to be so far ahead in economy and tempo that he can just he can take a minute to build like a couple of toad warrens and just then go in. That was a huge loss.
Or he could go for a pigeon and attack on the left. Over the water and make the lizards run through water. Well, he wants to take the front line.
Ooh, I'm getting a quick fox from Melvin. I mean, this is a good time to do it when you're already ahead.
Yeah, but you got to remember there are lizards out.
Well,
Maybe
there's 3 lizards. There's 3 lizards against these 9 squirrels.
This is a huge mistake to sell everything right before an engagement.
Yeah.
So good to finish.
I mean, Marmu was pretty far behind already, but
This is a good retreat.
I think that pretty much seals the deal. Even I won't say that's an early surrender. I won't blame him for giving up there.
I think you were going for a base race on this time or something else.
I mean, he didn't even have lizards to do that with.
Yeah, somehow he sold them.
Yeah.
Maybe he was far too scared over the...
Probably too scared of the toads. Saw the toads and panicked.
Well, squirrels aren't the best answer to this, but I guess he hadn't other options. I think Melvinfro is going for the same, again.
Shame we didn't get to see the fox come out. Ooh,
Oh.
wolf boar from Marmu. That's a.
Could work.
I mean,
No.
maybe that's what the wolf was missing. The wolf didn't work. The boar did work. Maybe when you put them together.
It's a draw. This game will totally going for a draw. I would add some.
Oh!
Alright, no
Oh,
pigeons.
come on, Marmu. Do the triple tier 3. Do it, do it, do it. Oh.
Why snakes?
You coward. Oh. But did you see that? From Melvin.
Melvinfro.
The wolf fox. So we're getting some interest. Oh, no, wait. Marmu's gone for wolf boar, so he's not
Yeah.
completely chickened out. Wolf fox against wolf boar. Other than that, squirrel, falcon cam for both players. Melvin's got pigeons and Marmu's got mines. I really think it should be the other way around. I really think the fox player would do better with mines, so you know they've got somewhere to retreat, and the boar player would do better with pigeons because they've got a big tanky unit to heal up. But
Yeah,
you know,
creative.
That's just me.
Maybe they make the worst strategies working. It's not that rare that someone makes a strategy works that looks like bullshit.
Yeah. I mean, if you get... I mean, Wolf Fox is fragile, but it can do some serious work. And Wolf Boar... I mean, the only problem with the Boar is that it's slow, so... The Wolf fixes that issue. This is... I hope both of them get both of their tier 3s out.
I'm interested if Marmu was getting some mines up to engage the fox.
I mean, if they do, then the wolf buff fox should destroy the boar, right? Like it should just shoot it down so quickly. The fox would have a really easy time kiting it.
Yeah.
In fact, Marmu really only has the wolf and the mines against the fox.
If the enemy got the fox, got the wolf on your side is nothing anymore.
Yeah.
Fox is still a quick unit. Oh,
Well,
we
actually,
see?
you can't actually use the wolf buff fox's full run speed because it runs faster than your commander.
you could run to the enemy space and rally it.
You could, but
It's maybe dumped. You should be on your fox side.
like, wouldn't that take longer? Because then you've got the time you spend running, and then you add on the time the fox has to spend running. Whereas if you rally it as you're going, then you've just got the time you spend running.
So the wolf should buff the commander.
Yeah. Unfortunately, that doesn't happen. But it'd
Unfortunately,
be fun if it did.
I can understand why it's not.
But yeah.
Also,
I mean, it would be really annoying if it happened. Actually, if you had a wolf and you were trying to buff like a badger or something, and then what you get is the commander being buffed.
yeah.
The commander is able to rally 3 times as quickly. Like, that's not that helpful. He can burrow back twice as fast.
Selling pigs twice as fast.
Yeah.
Or barbed wire. I mean, it's got this time. Sell it. Maybe also.
So yeah, Swift unit, the fox and the lizard. When they're wolf buff, they look ridiculous because they just outrun the commander constantly and have to stop. They take 2 steps and have to stop. It's like watching a slideshow on fast forward. Okay, but both players going for tier 3. Luckily, neither of them decided to do anything while we were talking about that.
Yeah. Just a mirror match, completely mirrored.
Yeah, 12 squirrels,
Except for
4 cams, and the
2
wolf.
pigs.
Yeah.
So both scouted the wolf out now.
Okay. Oh, and Melvin slammed down the fox.
I think about it.
Melvin's
Fox-
quite a bit ahead, actually. His wolf is, like, nearly built, and Marmu's has only just started.
Yeah, well, he would wait for the fox, but the fox can't be buffed if
Yeah,
if
so
building.
it's really, like, just less than a minute, about 35 seconds, 40 seconds for
That's actually-
the fox, and Marmu still hasn't built his boar. Hasn't even
Do
put
we
his
need
boar
to?
down. He's only just gone up to 16 farms. This is looking dangerous for Marmu. He sells a falcon warren, which I think is accidentally good. He's really hiding his boar warren. He thinks he's being really clever. But I think Melvin would scout the boar warren and just not care at all. I don't think he needs to hide it this much, but you know, good habit to get into, I suppose.
Oh,
Yeah, like
the
it's a
fox is
good
out.
it's a good hiding
Oh!
place. This is such a good hiding place for a boar. It's just
Nah, it's risky.
in a situation
What?
where it doesn't matter at all.
Yeah. Now the buff. The fox is not longer buffed.
Okay,
Lately.
so Marmu has seen the fox at the very least.
No,
Trying-
that
oh,
commander.
God.
Come on, come on!
Oh,
Come on! Ah!
Oh my god, the fox instantly goes down. Kills the commander. But now there's still wolf buff comedians to get through.
And one defense advantage. Oh, the wolf!
Micro
Yeah,
the wolf back! What are you doing?
Every wolf goes down.
Why? Why would you
I can't
Why
say
would you
who
put
won
the
actually.
wolves on the front lines? So now Marmu, he's lost half his economy, but the boar is building. God, this wolf micro leaves a lot to be desired, I must say.
I'm resolved. Melvinfro don't. He could at least sell one of them.
Yeah. Marmu's sold the wolf. He's not selling any of his tier 2, which is still supply blocked. Melvinfro isn't selling his fox, he's going for it. Melvinfro is trying to get both of his tier 3 out, which is possibly going to work against him as the boar comes in. He's got a decent number of tier 2. The boar just walks straight forward. It's tanking a lot of damage. It might go down, but the pigs do kill it. But I don't think it matters at this point. Or maybe can Melvin get up these tier 3s? No, I don't think Melvin can do this. He's fighting it out. Okay, he's buffing the fox. Come on, I like the strategy. But the fox is trapped. Okay, we got a wolf buff fox. Run!
It's flat.
Come on! Come on, Melvin, do it! Come on, Kasha. It's trying its hardest, but no, he can't.
It was a good try, really.
Oh, I love the effort.
This running fox. Running for its life.
Oh god, these games.
But we saw every tier 3.
We did see every tier 3. Unfortunately, we didn't see the boar and the wolf at the same time, but we did see both of them. Oh my god, there's gonna be 9 of these fucking games. I just realised.
How's the standing? 1-1?
Oh, it's 2-2.
Oh, okay, good. So it's not as long as I suspect. Luckily, this guy isn't here anymore, so... Or is it luckily? I don't know.
Oh god, they're going for the same loadouts. These
I'm
games.
rethinking a little bit.
Oh, these games have been crazy.
Come on, Marmu. Everyone wanna see the owl.
Like-
Just take it.
They veer between doing something so amazing and then so stupid.
Yes. is waiting.
Marmu's thinking about that now. What will happen after this match, gentlemen? I don't know. Either we will do the third match, or Suleiman will get disqualified for not turning up. Which I don't think is unfair. He was told to turn up. He knew that the tournament was happening. And then he just didn't. I mean, unless it's outside of his control. But sometimes them the breaks. Okay, so same loadouts. We got more Wolf Fox action to come.
Pretty even map, maybe in favor for Melvin.
Yeah, probably. Yeah,
I mean,
definitely. After this second meal, where does Marmu go?
I mean, if we ever see a third,
Yeah.
2 meals are enough to get a double tier 3 out.
Yeah, they should be. I mean, technically, all these 3 bases up on the right are split by a cliff, but I don't think Marmu's going to be able to take them just because they're so spread out. He might be able to hold it with the mines. If he mines up this sort of halfway point between the two,
Awesome.
he could be able to secure these. At which point he'll have a decent 3 mil. He'll have an extra mill over Melvin, and he's got the campfire to work with, which is hidden in all these trees.
I personally like this little corner for Melvinfro to put a fox in. Here, down off the south mill of Melvinfro.
But you mean
It's a good
all the way
place for a
down
fox.
here, like through the water and the woods, and then up and around?
Yeah.
I mean, that's a very hidden tier 3, I will grant you. Very vulnerable to being mould, but luckily Marmu doesn't have any. Okay, so far just Squirrel Camp. Marmu going a bit more into economy.
Scribble Jam is the most are the most units I've ever saw this day.
I think one of the players should really rush a tier 3 on a map like this where there's such a wide rush distance. Marmu's already got his defenses set up. I would be selling Warrens to put down a tier 3 right now if I was in this game.
Melvinfro isn't scouting out this little tiny corner, but
Well, yeah. In all fairness, it is very well hidden.
he got his wolf.
Maybe too well hidden. Oh, there we go. Marmu takes my advice.
But he didn't salt. And Melvinfro didn't scout it out.
No, it's useful.
He could easily doing so.
You know,
Just
that
going
is,
from another angle.
we got a good point in the chat that why can Snake's Daze Commander if Wolf can't buff it? It's worth thinking about.
Snakes are slowing down the commander? Nice.
Yes, do you not know that happens?
No, I'm
Wait,
normally
snakes don't slow down the commander. No, they don't. They just...
Yeah, I would say.
yeah, they don't. I just
would
read
have
that and I was
recognized
like, the poison stacks, but they don't actually apply days.
These are the situations I wish Pingeons could heal the commander if I got just 18 stacks or something.
Can't they?
No.
Huh. Well, Melvinfro's coming in. He's got the cam advantage. He's got the toads. Some decent toad hits. Gonna clear
One
up these chameleons
pig is
nice and quickly.
attacking.
Marmu is focusing the squirrels, which I think is the wrong thing to focus. Should probably focus on the giant reptiles smashing your face in. They should be your priority. He does have the wolf coming out though, so even though he loses his army and loses 2 farms, Melvin isn't going to push the issue.
Well, Melvin will get his wolf pretty in time.
Marmu's going to fallow out. I didn't even notice Melvin put his wolf down. He didn't quite get the spot he wanted, but it's close. Okay, Marmu is still very far behind. I think he needs to sell something to get these farms going.
Maybe one scribble or something.
I think it's good to sell the chameleons. Not only do you get a lot of money for doing it, but it's harder for your opponent to tell that you've sold them. Because they're invisible, they can't, unless they scout the warren, they don't know that you've sold.
Melvin doesn't even know there are 4 camps for Marmu. Correctly.
Okay, so we've got the fox coming out for Melvin. He could probably have just killed Marmu by now, but he's going for style. Marmu should really be taking this time to sell down an army and eco up though. He's making a huge mistake. Okay, that's a lot of mines, but you still need farms.
Maybe he's expecting the fox. He didn't scout it out, sorry.
Is he gonna scout it now?
No.
No,
Oh,
he's looking.
no,
Oh, is he? Yes, now he's
Now
scouted
he
it.
is.
Okay, I don't
Maybe
even know if these
maybe-
mines will do anything to the fox, so... I mean, they
Maybe
might.
some 2
but-
chameleons on the front of them and it's fine. Or on top of them.
And it's not going to stop the fox from shooting this corner farm, at the very least. More mines going down. It's also not going to stop the fox from just coming this way.
This fox is just running to Archimedes.
Yeah, I told you, like, it's ridiculous. The fox just walks straight past the mines because there's an entire road just left open, which is a very large oversight by Marmu. Has to be said, if you were going to be putting mines down, to worry about the fox. The road is probably the priority over the tiny bridge. And
Is that
now the
that
commander's going to die again. Is the same thing going to happen? No, not this time.
No,
This time Melvin
he
pulls
is
back.
learning.
Bang, bang. I think that's one of my favourite voice lines in the game.
Bang bang.
Bang, bang.
Oh, I think this is safe out GG for Marmu.
Yeah, this is... I mean...
The mines are doing nothing.
Yeah. I mean, they're all in the wrong place. Like...
Even the 3 mines on the left on the high ground. Even Kesha do need to get on the bottom to get.
Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god!
It's happened!
Oh my god, please Marmu win. Win off that. Oh my god.
Why didn't he followed?
Yeah, I don't know why is Marmu not attacking there? Like, he can't possibly win the long game. That was his best opportunity. He just got a massive amount of mine hits. He got a massive amount of value. He could have got more as Melvin was on the retreat. He could have picked up all the units that weren't being wolf buffed. But now, look, the fox is already coming back out.
There it is.
And Marmu, if you've got... Marmu has had 1/15 of Melvin's economy. Like, there's no way he's winning the long game. I don't know why he's even trying to do it, to eco back up. Okay.
He's retreating.
And this time, Melvin is definitely learning. He's keeping his tier 3 units at the back. Okay, that takes it to 3-2. for Melvin. So far they're going back and forth with wins. Oh my god. That mine hit. Just as we finished saying the mines aren't doing anything, they just walk right into them. Like, he actually moved out of the attack path to walk into them. I can't think that it was anything other than
Don't
him
even know
hearing
why
us.
he should go there. What the fucks?
There was no reason to go there. He had a attack path in. He just for some reason decided, I'm gonna walk 5 feet to the right. And he
It's
just
going to
blew
be
up.
perfect. So, we will never know.
Oh god. I mean, this is probably my favourite series so far. Because something hilarious has happened every game.
At least something to laugh.
I hope they can keep it up. Oh, this is a good start. Squirrel, Falcon Cam, Boar, Owl, Fox.
You should take the
Boar, Wolf,
he
Fox.
destroyed.
No one's taking owls.
He should have switched the scribble for the toad to get a pyramid. Pyramid.
Yeah. The Illuminati deck.
You would be pleasured.
Whew. Okay, Marmu unfortunately deciding to drop the double tier 3. I don't think the fact that he's taking the 2 tier 3s is the problem. I think the fact is he's not really doing anything to get both tier 3s out. Melvin is being very proactive. He's putting down his tier 3s early. He's doing a lot of scouting. Marmu is, and he's ecoing up quickly, so he's got the money to fund it. Marmu is not doing any of that. He's just not. He doesn't put the tier 3s down until very late. He's always had the later tier 3 by a long way, and he's always been slower to get up on economy.
The second game, the wolf was on his favor.
Was it? Okay, that's 1 out of, what, 5? 80% of the time, Marmu is behind with a tier 3. Okay, so this is a pretty ridiculously even map. Both players have their islands with 3 mills on it, and there's 1 bridge between them. And
Well, it's more on Marmu's favor. He can eco up while fighting.
yeah, Marmu's are in a better formation. But, I mean, this choke point really favours a deck like Melvin where you can defend with low armies easily. Because that means he's going to have enough spare cash to put into his triple tier 3.
At last, Marmu can only put his mines on one direction, and it can't be wrong.
I think if Melvin gets the triple tier 3 out,
The game is totally over.
yeah, I think he deserves to win at that point. Like
Maybe
the whole
he should
thing.
also switch the board for the second fox. There isn't that many to one of Marmu's side.
I'm amazed that we haven't seen any owls, because owls would be so good again. I mean, considering Melvin's been going fox for the last 2 games, it's very surprising Marmu isn't going for owl. which would be good against Fox. He doesn't really have anything that would be good against Fox.
Just chameleons and mines, but that's all. You need an opponent who makes mistakes.
Yeah, which, in all fairness, Melvinfro has multiple
Yeah,
times,
proof.
but they've not been mistakes that are big enough for him to come back.
Well, Melvinfro shows us he can learn.
Yeah.
In one season.
Yeah, and just this very, I swear, in this one series, you've seen Melvin play better, keeping his wolf at the back, pulling his fox back from the cam trap after killing the commander. Melvinfro is improving as he goes, so it's up to Marmu to do the same.
Still
And
3 places.
He is. He's putting down the quicker tier 3. So that's good. That's a good start.
And it's a war. If Melvinfro staying like this, it could work actually.
Yeah.
With 6 chameleons, could. No,
Okay, now
he saw this.
Melvin's going for a ball. Right, so we've got almost an exact mirror match going again.
Marmu just need one more scribble warren, and we got it. Even the income.
Okay. Both players scouting each other. Both know that they've got
We
balls
both
on the way.
know about the bar.
But Marmu is pretty far ahead with his ball. Melvin gonna try and do some cam shenanigans, it looks like. There's no way Marmu falls for this. Right. Okay, Melvin burrows back. He's gonna do this in 2 phases. Phase 1 complete. Oh my god, Marmu, don't fall for this. Don't fall for this. Come on, Marmu. No.
Yes.
Oh my god, Marmu.
That's 6 chameleons sitting on one warren.
Oh.
That's sadly to watch.
I'm still not sure he's even noticed. I think he just noticed. Look, he just noticed.
Where's my warren? My warren is away. I think he's thinking on surrendering.
Well, he should have
or
needed to
hopefully-
attack. Honestly.
Yeah, the bar isn't out yet. Well,
Now it
now
is.
it's out.
Oh my god. I mean, Marmu's got no one to blame for that but himself. That was really kind of obvious. Like, it happened quickly, but... And we've all done it at least once, but... He really should have seen that coming. But I've never seen a commander be quite as expressive as when Marmu just freezes and goes up to look at where his warren used to be. He's going for another ball. No, he's going for Mass Falcon.
In combination with the wolf, not bad.
I think, okay, this is going to be the first wolf ball we see. First combo. Melvin is going to get all 3 of his tier 3s out.
Yeah, I think I expect him to not go attack until this fox is out
Yeah.
and he can poke something. Or put the fox on the front line or something.
Yeah. I think what I'm most worried about here is that we won't get to see it because Marmu might come in, scout it, and just surrender.
I will be disappointed.
Yeah.
Oh, there are nice falcons. Gosh, I love falcons. He's checking again, where is this warren? I mean, which reason should he have to go on this hill?
I don't know, maybe he's thinking of putting another one down, but surely
Not
he would
with
put it
this
in the
amount of
same
food.
place.
surely he won't fool this twice with the chameleons, but I'm not sure if it's worth it.
Like, that wasn't even really a snipe. Snipes are like, when you think of sniper, you think about a guy hiding in a bush, being sneaky, you know, hitting you, well, you don't even see it. Well, the first thing you hear about them is a bullet going through your ear. That was sort of just walking up to someone with a shotgun. Like,
I miss the mines of Marmu. I expected him.
yeah, it's surprising he's not put any mines down. This is such a mineable map.
I said he had just one corner of the map to protect with mines.
Okay, so the commander goes down. The ball
is going.
Still alive.
Still alive. 2 HP
None
more.
of the tier 3 die.
Literally. Will survive.
I don't know if mines would have been a difference maker there.
No, but
it is surprising that we didn't see them. Okay, so this is... Melvin is now on match point. Is he? No, wait. Is he? What's the best of 9?
Yes. Yeah,
5?
best of 9. Best of 9.
Yeah, okay.
I see a 9 over there. We do have to cast other games after this, right?
Mochaccino needs to tell us. Has Solomon turned up?
Because on my side it's lunchtime now. I told him I can't be here at 6 p.m.
Melvin, Solomon still hasn't shown up, so you might get to have your lunch.
Alright, so I just have to leave you now.
Oh, right now? You're not gonna stay for the last game?
It won't be a problem if Marmu just become a comeback. But as I see him playing, I don't think it will be the case, so it will be okay. Oh!
Well, never say never, but you're right. I mean, Melvin is kind of styling on him at the moment. Okay, Marmu's gone for the fox. Is he going to stick with it? I feel like we're being so mean to Marmu. Like, he did help set up this whole tournament. Like, it wouldn't exist without him, but we should probably be nice. And he's trying his best on it, but...
Yeah,
holy crap, that cam. The cam's just walking straight past him onto the ball, Warren. It's just ridiculous.
Maybe he didn't expect the chameleons to come this quickly. I mean, the chameleons were on his front line door, and he doesn't know it. Perhaps he thought the chameleons are still in his base, and he got time.
Okay.
Hello?
Squirrel,
Fox?
pigeon, falcon,
Fox?
cow,
Betrayed the civilized and went to the camouflage.
boar, wolf. Well, the fox. I mean, you play the game, like play the campaign. Kosher betrays literally everyone.
It's mostly the common folk that
She is.
the lizards are here, the chameleons, the fox, and the mine.
This is actually, if you put the owl in instead of the falcon, it's a common folk deck.
Maybe Hopper just bought the Falcon and the Scribble from Belafeed, and this is the time where they're still allied.
Yeah, sure, let's go with that. You got to make these games law compliant.
I loved it.
I mean, it's really easy to do a civilized deck because by the end of the game, literally everyone just goes to the civilized and is just eating at the civilized table because the civilized are the best. No bias.
Even map. but Melvinfro got the high ground a little bit. If he had parrots, he would can deny the third base of Marmu.
Kasha is a long coat spy because he doesn't betray them. I mean, she also never does anything for them. She doesn't work for them. So... probably not. but I like the theory. We need to get some tooth and tail game theories going. That can be the first episode. Is Kasha a long coat? Who is Kasha actually working for?
Kasha is working for everyone. It's looked like. I mean, you can see her in the KSR. You can see her in the long coats, in the camouflage, and also in the civilized.
Does she actually turn up in the long coats? Ever? I'm not sure she does.
The picture of Belafid shows Kasha.
Picture of what?
Of Belafid. If you see Belafid and his 3 units beside him,
Oh,
Kasha is on the
that's
bottom.
true. It's true. Some good research there, using all the sources. She never actually appears in the distillery though, like in the actual campaign. They never work together.
Well, she was just a
I
spy,
don't think so.
but she was always just a spy.
Maybe she works for Belafide in one of the missions where you're playing against him. I can't remember. I genuinely need to go check that.
I can't remember.
She is a warp point. Apparently she is in the distillery.
There's one mission with Archimedes playing against the KSR where you got tier 3s from Boar and the Fox, but the Boar and the Fox are from Belafid and Hopper, not from the KSR.
Yeah, but they all just go with the Civilized in the end because they realise that Civilized is best. Okay, is Melvin going to get another cam pick off here? I mean, Marmu has put some. Marmu's being very cautious this time. The four mines weren't enough.
Also, this time he could actually see the chameleon staying there, so there were no excuses. Funny, we didn't said anything about this map or the game.
Well, I think it was more interesting talking about Kasha's
There was nothing
allegiances.
special.
I mean, they're doing the same thing. The most interesting thing was Marmu getting this fox out decently early.
And see this motherfucker.
He's going to walk into a cam trap and lose it.
2,
Oh my god.
1.
Marmu, come on.
What's this?
Oh dear. Oh, Marmu. He sells a fox.
I mean, Melvin could also have gone for mines, and Kasha would be dead as well. Dead as he is now.
Speaking of mines, Marmu's trying to bait an attack into these mines. He does.
But is it enough?
Nope.
Not really.
You know what would be really helpful? Fox.
Against the tier 1 here?
Well,
Yeah.
it would have killed those chameleons much quicker.
Yeah.
And now you can kite all of these low numbers of tier 1. You can chase them back as they retreat. Maybe even pick up a couple of farms when you get to the... You follow them all the way to their base. Okay, so this is looking like Melvin's going to take the game in the series.
That's the advantage of the gun.
And it looks like you're going to get your lunch.
Yeah. Before I'm starving, I just get 16 seconds for now.
Unless Marmu can pull off something incredible.
I would expect. What exactly?
The chameleons come back in. Get a farm. Force
Just
them
knocking on the
other.
door and walk away.
Never cross a trench, gang. Nobody crosses a trench, gang.
Someone did, but they died.
How's the quote go? Nobody crosses a trench, gang. Some people cross the trench, gang, but nobody crosses them twice. Something like that. I can't remember exactly what it is.
Someone
Don't
did.
cross the
It was
trench,
a
gang.
sentence. But they never did again.
Yeah.
wonder why Marmu is positioning his units in the center of this map, the base.
Well, I mean, Melvinfro... I mean, Marmu's best chance was a base race, and Melvinfro's taken an extra few bases, so that's impossible. He's trying, but he's run into a dead end. Oh my god, this has been such a comedy of errors. I feel so bad laughing at Marmu, because this is just bullying at this point, but...
Well, we are actually... Yeah... I just wanted to say we are laughing about what he's doing, but it's just what... it's not... No, it's no excuse. I mean, he did his best, he did his
best, but... Oh my god, it was just...
The first law for the Fox is, be careful!
I don't know, just those games were funny. They were funny to watch. GG, Marmu.
Yeah.
I'm sorry for being mean.